Hello, Philip.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, for which company did you work abroad?
I worked abroad for the OECD.
It's a governmental.
It's a governmental organization
Mhm.
which is composed of 32 member countries from all over the world. And this company, it's a non-profit company which is dealing with corporate governance, territorial development, nuclear safety, crisis management, economics, integrity, ethics, whatever, or finance. And it is an institution which is intended to help governments all over the world in order to develop their policies.
And what was your job exactly at the EOCD?
At the OECD, I worked for a special directorate which was called territorial governance, and it was dealing with modernization of public administrations um, in the member countries, but also with non-member countries. Especially, it was helping those governments in order to modernize their public administration, their central government, and could be also on the field of parliament or the government itself, in order to, let's say, to comply to international standards.
Yeah. So, in which country did you work?
The headquarters were based in Paris, France, and it was my mission to go to countries outside the European Union, like, for instance, Croatia, Serbia, Albania, Bosnia, and also countries from the southern Caucasus, like Azerbaijan or Armenia. Those were the principal countries I went to.
But the headquarters was in.
Headquarters were in Paris, France.
So, could you maintain the same lifestyle? Was it a lot more costly or cheaper?
For an expat, it's always more costly to live abroad because you have other needs. It's not like at home you have just your home and you go to work. You travel a lot more. You have to dress in a different way. You have to dress in a comfortable way, so that you can meet with all kinds of people. Because I met there with government officials, ministers, also local people, other expats, other international organizations. So we had a whole different lifestyle. And living abroad without a family means that you go more to restaurants and other places in order to maintain the lifestyle. So.
And housing, how was that? Is it more expensive or?
Living in the capitals of Europe is always more expensive. Paris, especially, was very expensive. I had an apartment of 28 square meters in one of the suburbs of Paris, which 6 years ago costed me already 1,200 euros per month. But luckily, the company gave an allowance so that they could match what you pay normally for an apartment and the prices they asked in Paris.
With who did you come into touch? So, with locals, expats?
As I told you, I met all kinds of people. So most of the time when you were in an official business, you were meeting with government officials, also officials from other international organizations like the European Union or UNDP or the World Bank. So lots of those meetings were quite formal and official. So you were required to have a formal and official language and behavior. But most of the times you stayed in hotel rooms, whatever, you go to local restaurants. So you met all kind of people, and especially the expats from other countries. And expats have always the habit of meeting each other at special places in those capitals to talk about everything, not always about work, but about daily life.
And why did you decide to move abroad?
Well, the organization I worked for a year, I already had contact with them on previous occasions in the field of my work, which is to assist public administration or to reform public administration. So I had already the occasion to deal with them. And at the moment they had a vacancy for a senior advisor. So I took up the challenge, I participated in the selection, and I came out first in the selection. So, and they invited me to work for a year in Paris, so that was an excellent occasion to broaden my field of work, to continue the networking on the national relations, so and to try to perform my work even better than before.
Yeah. And was there a different work ethic? So do people work different hours, longer hours?
Yes. Most people who work at international level are workaholics. So they work at hours that's not a 9 to 5 job, first of all. And most of the time you're on your own. You travel a lot, you sit a lot in airports, a lot in hotel rooms, so you have to kill time doing something that you work more. But of course, people who work at international level are more committed to their job than local civil servants, local collaborators and so on.
And you have to be more flexible.
You have to be more flexible, and especially if the headquarters are in another country, you have to stay in touch at your own convenience. Sometimes you had a time lapse as well. For instance, when I was in Azerbaijan, there was 6-hour time lapse. So you had to be sure if you contacted headquarters or head office that they weren't asleep or they just woke up in a certain way. And for most of the time you were on your own there. So you had to take care of yourself or everything.
Did you have any trouble adapting? Was it easy or no?
Well, it was, for me, for instance, it was quite easy to adapt myself. Of course, it depends on your state of mind.
Yeah.
If you want to go abroad and to work in an international position, you have to be open-minded and take into account that people have different cultures, different habits. So you have to take that into account and, well, to be open, and you have to be surprised in a certain way, but not too surprised, so that you can deal with every occasion. But you have to be open-minded and flexible.
And how would you have altered your stay knowing what you know now?
I think I would have done it just the same. Try to be myself and conduct it in my own way, because that's very important since you are on your own there. You have nobody to confer to, you have nobody to lean on, so if you have a problem you have to solve it yourself. So it demands a lot of maturity and flexibility and creativity to work in such a position, if you want to keep on working in such a position, because sometimes it's a very lonely job as well.
Okay, thank you for the interview.